A St. Charles teenager says he is lucky to be alive after a sudden illness required a heart transplant.
Back in January, 16-year-old Braxton Wolford got violently sick after catching a common childhood virus. WCCO's John Lauritsen shows us how doctors saved his life and how a small town is helping him recover.
My dad was a wrestler. I guess it was always kind of since we were young, we all just kind of wrestled.
It was the middle of the wrestling season and just a few days after a tournament when Braxton Wolford thought he was coming down with the stomach flu.
I started throwing up about 2:30 in the morning, and I kept throwing up every 30 minutes.
It got bad enough that he called his mom, Melissa, to come home. By the time she arrived, he was so weak that she rushed him to the emergency room in Rochester. That's when his heart stopped beating.
And within about 3.5 hours of being in the hospital, he coded.
They did chest compressions for 22 minutes before Mayo Clinic doctors hooked Braxton up to an ECMO machine, which pumped his blood and helped him breathe. His heart never restarted.
By that afternoon, they said the only chance of survival was a heart transplant.
It was all due to a parvovirus, which most of us get but never know it. Braxton's case is extremely rare.
But they said it's more likely to get struck by lightning than to have a instance like this happen.
A few days later, a heart became available. The transplant only took a few hours, and his body accepted it right away. Afterwards, doctors even gave him a replica of his old heart. On top of the transplant, compartment syndrome forced them to remove some of his leg muscles.
They had to open up his legs from ankle to knee and knee to hip.
But through it all, Braxton persevered.
A little girl in town made Brax Strong bracelets that she sold and then gave the money to Braxton.
In May, after 4 months in the hospital, St. Charles welcomed him home with a parade. Inspired by everything that's happened to him, Braxton says he would love to go into the healthcare field someday and become a nurse or physical therapist so he can help others.
There was a lot of people that helped me, and I'd like to be able to pay it forward and help people that are maybe in the same situation as me.
Braxton's new heart is 18, 2 years older than him, and it comes from a young man whose family realized the importance of organ donation.
We will never be able to thank the donor family enough for their act of kindness when they were going through the most pain they've probably experienced in their life.
In Rochester, John Lauritsen, WCCO News.
Braxton says he would like to meet the family of his donor one day. He likely won't play sports this year, his junior year, but he does hope to at least be able to play baseball his senior year.